Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be walking through performing a battery change on a G-Shock DW-9000, and this is the 1627 module. Let's get right into it. To perform this battery change, we're going to need a small Phillips head screwdriver, ideally metal tweezers, but if you don't have metal tweezers, you can just use a metal paper clip, and our replacement battery, which is a CR2016. Getting started on our watch, the first thing we're going to need to do is remove our strap, that way we can access the case back. So my variation is just the one-piece strap, so I'm going to go ahead, thread it through, and take it off. Just like so. And next we need to remove our rubber wings. These can be removed with these Phillips screws in the four corners of our watch. So we'll go ahead and remove those and set them aside for later. And now with those out of the way, we can go ahead and remove our four case back screws and set those aside for later as well. With our case back screws removed, we can simply lift our case back right off. And don't worry, sometimes that rubber gasket will come out stuck to the case back. We'll run through reinstalling everything when we're reassembling the watch. Now that we're inside the watch, the first thing we're going to want to do is simply lift out this little rubber bumper layer and set that aside for later. And now that we have access to our module, we're going to want to remove our old battery. So as we can see, right here, there's a little latch. That's what's holding our battery in place. And there's a little hole in the middle of it. That's where we're going to want to come in with our tweezers or that paper clip. Poke right in the middle, pull out towards us. That'll unlatch the battery housing. Then we can grab our old battery, slide it out, and get rid of it. Now we can come on in with our new battery, and again, this is a CR2016. I always advise holding the batteries by the sides if you're not wearing gloves or finger covers, just so you don't accidentally short them. We're simply going to slide our new battery right in place, and you kind of have to tuck it under this lip right here. But once that's in place, we'll simply press the latch down, you'll hear it snap, and now our new battery is installed. Next, we're going to want to perform our AC reset. This is simply going to reset our module to factory defaults, clear any errors if there are any, and make sure that our watch is ready to set and wear. So this is where having those metal tweezers will come in handy, but if you're using a paper clip, you can simply bend it into an arch. We just want to have two metal points of contact. So I'm going to lift up the module here. As we can see on the top, there's a little label that says AC. That's indicating this little gold tab at the bottom of this hole here. So what we simply want to do is contact one end of our metal to that gold tab and the other end to our metal on our module, and just hold it for about 2 seconds. And then to ensure that we've performed the reset properly, I'd always advise holding a finger over the spring here. You don't want that spring to fall out because it's important for the sound of your watch. I'll flip my watch over and we should see our seconds start counting up from 0 again. So it's been about 30 since I reset the module. So we are reset and we can begin to reassemble our watch. Our first step in reassembly is going to be to reinstall that rubber bumper layer that we removed. So we simply want to pay note to this circular hole and this notch that's cut out here. The circular hole, the spring is going to stick through, and this metal tab here is going to stick through that notch. So we simply want to line those up, make sure they're sticking up properly, drop it right in place, just like so. And now, just in case your case back gasket came out during disassembly, we'll go through reinstalling that. So as we can see on the top of our case back gasket, there's a little notch that sticks out, and then we also have a notch in our groove on the case back. We simply want to line those up, drop it in place, and then I'll use my tweezers to make some fine adjustments if needed. Just want to make sure that that gasket is perfectly seated in the groove. Next, we're going to want to reinstall our case back. So we simply want to remember that that spring and that metal tab indicates the lower portion of our watch. So we just want to make sure that our Casio and G-Shock logos are all properly oriented. We'll simply drop it right in place, And this watch doesn't have a super deep groove that it sits in, so you've kind of just got to fish it around until you can see this holes where your screws are going to go. Now we just need to reinstall our 4 case back screws. What I typically will do is just get that case back lined up, hold a finger on it, drop my 4 screws in, just get them started, and now all that's left to do is snug them up. And remember, they don't need to be super tight, just nice and snug. And next we're going to go ahead and reinstall those rubber wings that we removed. So I like to just slide it right in place. We just want to remember that that rubber bar is supposed to cover our case back screws. And then I will grab one of my screws that I removed, drop it in the hole, come in with my screwdriver, and usually you kind of have to just fish it around a little bit until you get it started in that hole. And these two, they don't need to be super tight, just snug in there. Once one side's in, it'll stay in place. Come in with another screw and get the other side. Just like that. And then I'll do the same for the other one. And that's all there is to it. As we can see, our watch beeps, it cycles modes, and our backlight is working. So our watch is ready to set and wear again. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this battery changing tutorial. I really hope everything was clear and helpful. If you have any questions for me, please be sure to leave them down in the comments. And if you're interested in more tutorials and watch related content, please consider subscribing. I cover a wide range of G-Shock, Baby G, and normal Casio products, so stay tuned for more. Thanks everyone.